Hey everyone, this is Jules. So I want to share with you guys some invitations that I made for Anna's birthday. Her birthday is in the month of December. We are celebrating it with the party, and I made some invitations for her to take to school and pass out to whoever she wanted to invite. But I wanted to let you guys know that in recording that video, there's a few things that I realized that I did not mention. The invitations were made little over 2 weeks ago. There's a couple of other things that I did. I did do Anna's birthday card that I created for her to give to her for her birthday, and there is a little bit of table decor. I used some recycled Starbucks bottles, and so I keep a few of those every now and again. And so I recycled that, like 4 of them, and I used them for vases. And I wanted to use some burlap, and I wanted them to match the paper collection that I used. I used these 2 sheets from Prima's Nature Garden that Jody Lee had created. The Nature Garden paper has beautiful, beautiful garden and fairy themed colors, images, just amazing, amazing design. And I just wanted to show you a little bit here, the color tones. You see yellows and creams, olives, there's a little bit of purples, a little bit of pinks, not too much in this one except for on the fairy. And so I used this sheet here, and then I used this sheet here, which has the little bit of pinks right here. You can see just a tiny bit there. These 2 sheets are the ones that I used for the invitations. And then when I made the vases, I made 4 of these, which are extremely simple. But I did want some natural elements. I didn't want to put paper on this, but I did want to use this color burlap because it matched this paper collection. Now I also did some paper punching around the edges of a few of these and put them on the cake table with the glass bottles. That way I can put the cake down. And there was a couple of other things there. Some roses that she actually picked out and wanted. In a peachy pinky tone, and there was some balloons and things like that at that table, and it wasn't too packed, so there's not a whole lot on that table since I took pictures before the party had started. But for the bottles, these are the recycled Starbucks bottles that I used, and I used just some white doilies, white paper doilies. And I stamped a swirl image on the burlap. I think I used gesso. I'm not positive if I did or not. Flat bag pearls just for the very corners to add that little bit of, I just wanted that little bit of pop on the green as well as the white from the paint. And then I used some Wild Orchid Crafts charms for the butterflies, and I did a gesso paint job on that. I didn't do it on the back side because the back wasn't going to show really too much. And then some hemp twine to tie that up on there on the neck of the bottle. So it's super simple, but it was really pretty. It gave such a beautiful little look to it. So I did that, and then I did the invitations. And this is my sample, the one that I kept. So I'm going to be showing you guys what exactly what I did, but I don't have the tutorial for it. So I apologize that I don't have it. When I did record, as I am showing all of the invitations, that was during the time that I did not have internet. I had lost internet for a couple days, and I also had a couple of my laptops in the shop, and so I was very limited. I could only do some minor editing on one of the laptops, and that was all I had. So I just wanted to explain that and let you guys know what I used here. You know, I was because of the stress, I guess, of not having internet and the laptops being down and whatever else, I lost my mojo. I was stressed out and did not know what and how to come up with some invitations, and I had to turn to the internet and searching and looking through different photos and stuff on Pinterest. I found that one of my fellow design team members, who is one of the design team members for the blog for Wild Orchid Crafts, her name is Anne Christine. She designs for Melissa Francis and a couple of another paper company, Peon Designs, and a stamp company, I think, and another one that I really don't know what it is. I think it's an international company. But I saw a couple of her cards that she made, and this is where I got the idea for the pocket, which I made a pocket tag before. but just was not sure what to do with the invitations, and I want to do something a little bit more grown up for Anna since she was turning 18. So the inspiration was totally from Anne Christine, and I really appreciate her. An amazing card maker, tag maker, amazing stuff. Have the link to her blog on my blog post, but there is a picture of I think it's a card or a pocket kind of a card that's on one of my Pinterest boards. I think it's under Beautiful Vintage Crafts. If not, it's like inspirational cards or something like that. I can't remember which one, but it's there, and you have to see it. If I can put it up on the video here, I'll put it up on the video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's amazing. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And here's the video showing you guys introducing the invitations. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Hey everyone, this is Jules. I have a quick project to share with you guys. I don't have a tutorial for you, so I apologize. Anna is having her 18th birthday this month. I'm going to do a little birthday party for her. So we'll be celebrating this birthday party in another couple of weeks, and so I wanted to get these out for her friends. I did a dozen of these. The 12th one is mine, and it was my sample. So I basically used that one as my guinea pig and added stuff to it that I wanted to see how it would look and whatever else. And I basically followed it to a T with the other ones, except that I went with some in green and the other half was in pink. So let me show you what I did, and I'll show you the pink one first. So what I did is I did a card that is a 4x6. Have it a moment. Nope, sorry, 4x5. So it's a 4x5, and I just added a small mat with a paper doily, and then a strip here it's just a little strip that's about 3/4 of an inch, like a little flag. Flags to me and banners just kind of mean celebration, so I just went with a little type of a banner flag back there. I created a pocket with this is just all on white cardstock. The backside doesn't have anything on it, it's just a little bit distressed. So it's white cardstock. So this is about a 2-inch piece here, and I did this is white cardstock that I cut down. Actually, it was the same size, and I went ahead and did the border punch, and I think I trimmed about a 1/2 inch off the bottom. What I wanted to do is have the paper, the designer paper, to show through the border punch there, and it does. I also wanted it there so that when I inserted the invite, you can still see the pattern through it. So I used vintage photo on the entire thing. Everything is distressed with vintage photo. So I made this pocket with it, and I just used some of my Scotch quick dry adhesive, just a small strip all the way down and around up to the border part here. Just started from here, and then I went ahead and just dabbed little bits on the edges there. So it is all glued there to make that pocket. Then I added the flag. I added this, I think this one is, so this one is about 4.5 by 2. Yeah, 4.5 by 2, and then I used half of a paper doily just across the bottom there. Also rubbed vintage photo a little bit on top of it just to pick up on the embossed parts of the doily. Used some of Patsy Seam binding in the pink, some of Wild Orchid Crafts half-back pearls there for these 2 areas here. The invitation and the information and this you're invited piece here is something that I just did on the computer really quick, using some punches and spellbinders dies with this background there, and then the circle punch with that. Then I used some cheesecloth and some sweetheart blossoms, a rose there and a rose on top of the bow. I used a couple of different sprays. I used Old Lace Glimmer Mist, which has a really cool like champagne color. I really like that. I'm running out. I gotta get some more. And I also used some Glit Spirits by Lindy's that is Royal Crimson Fire, so it has that pink tone to it. I use that one a lot for the white cardstock, this base back part here. Actually everything has that sprayed down with it. I used Old Lace for the butterflies and the flowers, and a little bit on the cheesecloth there. So that's what I did with that. And I used the Martha Stewart butterfly punches. I have the 3-in-1, the classic butterfly actually. This is the bigger one. And then I went ahead and used the classic butterfly, the 3-in-1, which is the exact same shape, and it has a bunch of the little ones and stuff. I love that they did that. So I have the set there. I also have the Royal, I think it's called, and the Monarch, but I wanted to use the same ones just to layer this way, so it has this dimension to it. And that's it. And then the information is on a card like this, and this one is a little bit over 4 1/4, actually 1, 2, 3/8, 4 3/8 by about 3 1/4. So let me flip it around so you could see a little bit of what I did here. So I'm just going to cover the information here. What I did is I used some cherry linen dye, a little flourish dye here. I cut white cardstock out of it and sprayed it down with some of this green, the Gator Gumbo Olive, and distressed the little butterflies. So I added 1 butterfly there, and I added another little one here. Using a Spellbinder's die, I cut out the information, and it fit perfectly. I just framed it with this mat, and then I used my Stampin' Up! Punch for this piece here, distressed it, and added the I was going to do like the little tag where it just pops off, but I wanted it bunched, so I tied a bow at the top of all of them on this back side, because I didn't want the knot to be on the inside because it'll just be lumpy. So I added the bow on this side so that it sticks out like that instead of it being a bump back there. So I tend to do this a lot when I'm making little pockets. I like to stretch it out a little bit, so I stick my hand in there after a while that it's dried and stuff. I stick my hand in there just so that it makes it easier to pull out, because when I first make it to put in the invitation, it's really super tight. So I did this one in this green, which is a beautiful green, and I used the Royal Crimson Fire on all of it, even though I was going to use the green on some of them, on half of them. So like on this, you can see the shimmer is a Royal Crimson Fire, has that pink tone to it, and all the Spellbinders that you can see the pink on there. If you guys have any questions, though, let me know. I'm excited for her, and I'm going to be giving these to her today so she can take these to school. And what I did is I grabbed some of my crispy see-through clear bags, these cute little bags, and I just packed them in this, and then she can take them to school and just pass them out. And this way, too, if it rains outside, it doesn't get like all funky with the rainwater. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching. Jill signing out of the Jewel Box. You guys have a great day. Bye, everyone.